Hi there, welcome back. And let's continue with our lessons from the magic book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrnes. So, here we are going to move to the next lesson today, wherein we will be revealing a great mystery. And the name says, A Great Mystery is Revealed. The following passage comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures, and it has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over the centuries. Whenever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. You have to admit that when you read the passage, it appears unjust, as it seems to be saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer, right? But there's a riddle to be solved in this passage, a mystery to uncover, and when you know, it is a new world will have opened up for you. The answer to the mystery that has eluded so many for centuries in one hidden word, that is gratitude. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. By the revelation of one hidden word, a cryptic text is made clear, crystal clear. 2,000 years have passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they ever were. If you don't take the time to be grateful, you will never have more. And what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is in the words. These words. If you are grateful, you will be given name and you will have an abundance. From the Quran, the promise of gratitude is equally empathetic. And remember, embraces, when God proclaimed, If you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe. It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whether you are religious or not. Those words from the Holy Scriptures and even the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing a fundamental law of science and of the universe. So firstly, we went through the gratitude. The law of gratitude says that whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. And whoever does not have, even whatever the person has will be taken away from him or her. And every spiritual book in this world has this particular thing called gratitude mentioned in their spiritual books. So whether it is Gita, whether it is Quran, or whether it is Bible, the rule for gratitude is applicable in all the religions. So whether you follow a religion or you don't follow a religion, that does not matter. You just have to be grateful to whatever you have to attract more abundance towards you. It's universal law. Now the second rule or second law that we will be going across is the universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life, according to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe, from the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets. Like attracts like. So it's because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object is held together. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are an energy too. And so, whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract towards you. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I'm coming down with something, he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, my child is a problem, my life is a mess, or my marriage is in trouble, then you must attract more of those experiences. But if you think about what you are grateful for, like, I love my job, my family is very, very supportive, I had the best vacation, I feel amazing today, I got the biggest tax refund ever, or I had a great weekend camping with my son. And you sincerely feel the gratitude, the law of attraction says you must attract more of these things in your life. It works in the same way as metal being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic, and the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. This is the universal law. You will have heard saying things like, whatever goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. You get what you give. Well, of those sayings are describing the same law, and they are all describing a principle of the universe that the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Newton's scientific discoveries included the fundamental laws of motion in the universe, and one of which says every action always has an opposite and equal reaction. So when you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks will always cause an opposite reaction of receiving. And what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you are given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely and the more deeply grateful you feel, in other words, the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive. So, even if, let's say, you are traveling or you are hiring a taxi, you get down, you thank the driver. Why you have to be thankful? Because he or she safely dropped you to the place you wanted to go. There were some efforts that were taken by the taxi driver, right? So you have to be grateful for that. Whenever you buy something, you have to thank the money that's in your hand, because it's because of this money that you can buy the things that you have. So every time when you thank, you will attract more money, right? Because that's the law of attraction. So be thankful, be grateful, and you will attract more, as said by the universal law. Third is the golden thread of gratitude. Dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, weeping across the continents, permeating one civilization and culture to the next. The major religions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and the earth. And Jesus said thank you before he performed each miracle. From the Australian Aborigines to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Navajo, Shawnee and Cherokee to the Tahitians, Eskimo and Maori, The practice of gratitude is at the very root of most indigenous traditions. So when you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies within yourself. History is laden with famous figures who practiced gratitude and whose achievements put them amongst the greatest human beings who have ever lived. So, for example, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, Aesop, Blake, Emerson, Dickens, Proust, Descartes, Lincoln, Jung, Newton, Einstein, and many, many more. All of them practiced gratitude. Albert Einstein's discoveries changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about these monumental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. One of the most brilliant minds of all time thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they did or they had done. It is any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein? Is it any wonder that Albert Einstein made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in return, he received many forms of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked how he had achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton recently voted the greatest contributor to science and mankind, was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, and prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results, and most were aware of his inherent power. Yet still, gratitude's power is unknown to most people today, because to experience the magic of gratitude in your life, you have to practice it. So without gratitude, you cannot experience the power of magic in your life. Now, in a discovery made by the writer, she mentions a different paragraph for this, a different section in this lesson, where she has explained what she discovered. So the writer writes, "My discovery. My story is a perfect example of what life is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude, and what happens when you make gratitude a part of your life. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered, yes, for sure. I am a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens a door for me, or when a person does something for me." So we all do that, right? We do this in our everyday practice. We do this. We thank every person who is helping us in some or the other way. The truth is, the writer writes, the truth is, I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant. And just saying the words thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. So just by saying thank you to others who are helping you doesn't mean that you are a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt, and it was increasing a little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations, I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationships swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous. Before, I never seemed to have enough time for each person. While I was what would be termed as healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of each day, and I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illnesses going around each season. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on vacation, but then the reality of having no work or to work harder to pay for those pleasures would sweep over me. So even though she was out with her friends, having quality time or good time with the friends, she was really not happy from the inside. It wasn't happiness, right, that she was feeling. She would be under stress. Then she writes, I wasn't living, I was surviving from day to day. And from paycheck to paycheck, and I would no sooner solve one life problem and more problems would appear. But then something happened that would change everything in my life from that day forward. I discovered a secret about life. And as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was practice gratitude each day. As a result of this, everything in my life changed. And the more I practiced gratitude, the more miraculous were the results. My life truly became magical. For the first time in my life, I became debt-free. And shortly after that, I had all the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationships, work, and health disappeared. And instead of facing daily obstacles, my days became filled with one good thing after another. My health and energy increased dramatically, and I felt better than I had in my 20s. My relationships became much more meaningful, and I enjoyed more good times with my friends and my family in just a few months than I had in all the previous years. More than anything else, I felt happier than I thought it was possible to feel. I was blissfully happy, the happiest I had ever been. Gratitude changed me, and my whole life magically changed. So this is what the writer Rhonda Byrne experienced when she discovered the power of gratitude. If we practice gratitude for the things that we have, we will attract more towards us. If we practice the saying of thanks, giving thanks to whatever we have, we will attract more. Just like the universal law, which says that like attracts like. So whatever we are being grateful will be attracted more towards us. That is what is mentioned in the golden thread of gratitude. And no matter what religion we follow, we all have to practice gratitude on a daily basis. Famous scientists like Einstein and Newton, who were huge contributors to science, were grateful. They expressed gratitude even to those people who were before them. And that's why they attracted a lot of success and a lot of work, positive work in their life. They achieved their goals, right? Why? Because they expressed gratitude on a daily basis. And this is what even the writer experienced, and that's why she has mentioned that in her discovery. So here in this lesson, we have actually revealed the mystery, the universal law of attraction, and the power of gratitude. So let's start practicing from today. Let's practice gratitude at least once in a day for the things that we have, for the day that we lived, for the breath that we are able to breathe, for the air that we are able to breathe, for the things that we are able to see with our eyes, for the beautiful things that we are able to hear, the voices that we are able to hear by our ears. for the wonderful working of our body. We have to be grateful for everything, for the beautiful sunrise to the beautiful sunset, and even for the next day. Thank you so much for giving me your time. See you in my next session. And in my next podcast, we will be going through the next chapter where the writer will bring the magic into your life. So, see you in my next podcast. Goodbye.